Hello, very good morning, all the students. So we look at here the basic things in the morphology, plant morphology particularly, and these basic morphological points are most important for the study of angiosperm taxonomy. Angiosperm taxonomy is a particularly specialized part in the study of the plant. So basically we have to know the morphological structures of the plants. What are the parts of the plants? How it can be to study these plants. Look at here. The morphological point of view, we observe in the slide where vegetative parts and reproductive parts, there are two different parts to study the morphology. In vegetative parts, the root, stem and leaves are mostly studied. Roots are underground or adhere the plant and absorb the water and minerals. So this is most important one. The second most part above the ground level is the stem, is a main thing in the plant, and stem produces the branches and the leaves. Leaves are green color, various shapes and size. Later we discuss in the morphology of the leaves, and leaves being a green color performing the functions of photosynthesis. The reproductive parts, first one is inflorescence, that means arrangement of the flowers on the main axis is called as inflorescence, and then the main flower, and main flower is a constituted part of calyx, corolla, androecium and the gynoecium. Flowering plant angiosperms to have to importance because of these flowering plants are seed producing plants, and these seeds are remains in the vessel or what we call as a case. That means enclosed seeds are most important. Another thing is that here a vessel is nothing but a anatomical structures found in secondary structures of the stem, that is in the wood. Wood means a secondary xylem. So this secondary xylem consisting the vessel, structures, xylem, parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma, and seeds are enclosed in the container. The most dominant group of these angiosperms comprising about 3 lakh plant species, a huge number, and are distributed in each and every habitat, from the water to the snow, temperate to the tropical regions. That means each and everywhere the flowering plants are present. Variations in all parts of the plant, including stem, leaves, flower, fruits, indicates great diversity. So great diversity is the most important part in the angiospermic plants. Later we discuss in the detail what are the variations. To study the angiosperm plants, it needs keen observation and the understanding the characteristics, these characters from vegetative part as well as floral parts, and these characters are help in identification of the species. Say for example, how we identify the plants. Say for example, opposite leaves, then quadrangular stem and spike inflorescence is the identity of a particular family Acanthaceae. In this way, then naming it, give the name of the plant and grouped into different categories, and that is the classification. The next slide, that is the structure of typical flower. The structure of typical flower, look at here, the flowers are a groups of the whorls, and these are mainly four whorls, plural whorls, which are born on the receptacle. The first whorl is the sepal, which is outermost, generally green in color, being a photosynthesis. In some cases, they are also modified for other functions. The second part is the petals. These petals are generally green in colors, colored structures, but in some cases they are green. That is sepallar petals. Say for example in Ænona squamosa, सीताफळीमध्ये आपल्याला हिरवे दिसतात. हिरवा चापा आहे ॲट्रोपोटिस, त्याच्यामध्येही आपल्याला पेटल्स हे ग्रीन कलर दिसतात. अदरवाइज ऑल द पेटल्स आर ए colored one to attract something. Attracts means agents, pollinating agents for essential for the fertilization. Then the next one is androecium. Androecium is constituted part of the stamens, including filament and the anther. Then the central portion is the gynoecium, and gynoecium is also named as a pistil. It is three constituted parts, basally globular ovary consisting of ovules arranged variously on the placenta, and we determine later the placentation. The secondmost part above the ovary is style, either short or long, and terminal portion is a stigma, and this terminal portion stigma receives the pollens for the further process in fertilization and embryo formation. Style provides the base and particularly the regions for the entry of the pollen tube. So this is about the typical structure of the flower. What are the types of the flower? Hypogynous, perigynous, and epigynous. Each word has itself defining the term. Hypo means below and gynoecium. Gynous means gynoecium. We look at here in the picture, the floral whorl, sepals, petals, stamens are arises below the gynoecium, so it is called as a hypogynous. Peri means around the gynoecium. The central portion, middle portion, so it is called as a perigynous. And last one is third most epigynous. Epi means above gynoecium. That means sepals, petals, stamens are born above the gynoecium, so it is called as a epigynous flower. And from this all morphological structures, so we have to be then summarized into the plural formula and plural diagrams. So say for example, we look at here, this is the diagrams from the well-known family Papilionaceae, having Papilionaceous corula, which is 5 petals, and they are arranged in 3 whorls as 1 plus 2 plus 2 united. That means anteriormost 2 united to form boat-shaped structures, which enclosing these stamens and the carpels, while 2 are the lateral petals. They are completely a free polypetalous condition, and posterior outer petal is called as a standard petal, and this standard petal is a waxillum. So it is also becoming a waxillum or waxillary type of the aestivation found in the Papilionaceae or the family Fabaceae. Say for example, P, Watana, and whatever in B, different types of the beans. And from these structures, we have to be draw the plural diagram. So in the plural diagram, the outermost circle is called as sepal circle, then petal circle, then stamen circle, and centrally placed as a TS of ovary showing placentation, and ovules and placental union. The outermost part is bracted, so flower is bracted generally. There are five sepals, they are united, so they are connected to each other. And one of the most important is that these are also a imbricate type of the situation. Two, one are outer, one are inner, and remaining two are one outer, one inner. The second most is the petals, five petals. We look at here, the situation is a waxillary type of the situation. Then out of 10 stamens, now 9 stamens are united forming one bundle, and single one is a pre, so called as a diadelphous condition, and central place ovary showing the marginal placentation. So this is about the morphological point of view in the angiosperm taxonomy. So particularly we have to discuss here, see, angiosperm taxonomical external characteristics of the plants. We have to be easily observed, easily study, and easily to draw diagrams by free hands to understand that what is the plant external appearance, and how to showing some characteristics, and by which peculiar characteristics we have to determine or the identification of the plant species or group of the plant species, family level, genus level, or species level. So in this way, these are all these things in the morphology of the plant. So thank you.